What do you mean? I gave him the treatment.
Chris informed you, Dr. Bailey, of the parents' withdrawal of consent. And then you gave the patient stem cell transplant. Have you told anyone else about this?
I informed Dr. Yang this morning as a representative of the board. He gave me a high five.
And did you apologize
To Dr. Yang?
to the parents? An apology could go a long way in circumstances like this.
An apology is only effective when a mistake's been made. I chose not to honor their wishes. It wasn't a mistake.
Nancy, we can't hear you. Nancy, we can't hear you.
How's that?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
All right, good, good. All right, well, let us get started. Did you do some yoga on your own last week? Yes, no. Good, good. All right, well, we welcome in the full moon today. It was full at 4:15 a.m. Yeah, and it's the
At 4:15.
You did?
Oh,
Glance out your window. Aw. Well, I hope you went back to sleep.
No.
No, oh, no. Well, don't fall asleep. Well, you could take a little nap in Shavasana. All right. Well, let's all just take a minute here to tune in and soften the eyes or close them. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Full moon serve as a spotlight, just an opportunity for us to reflect on the past month. This particular full moon, it's known as the Beaver Moon. It is said to bring lively and curious energy. energy and encourages us to reflect on our hurried pace in life, acknowledging when we're moving too swiftly, possibly hindering our progress by trying to juggle too much simultaneously. So just thinking about that, I thought it was, when I read it, it made me connect with just coming off of Thanksgiving, moving into this holiday mode. And it is very easy to juggle a lot. And we all know how fast it seems to go from Thanksgiving to then the start of the new year. So just to take this moment right here, right now, to connect with the present moment and let those thoughts of what you have to do when you leave here today subside. Let any thoughts that you had whirling around as you walked in subside. Just tune into your own breath. We'll invite in today in our practice moon salutation. When there's a full moon, we don't want to get too heated up. We want to invite in more coolness. So instead of heating our practice up with a sun salutation, we'll do a moon salutation today. Just think about what's no longer serving you. Try and clear out to begin this new lunar cycle with a freshness. Sort of allow the breath right now to be a portal into letting go. Just allow the natural breath to flow in and out of the nostrils. As you do a body scan, so check in, notice if you're feeling any parts that are tight. Anything you want to bring attention to with your breath, send the breath to those areas of the body. And allow your practice to evolve with your breath today. And bring your hands to your heart center. Set an intention for your practice as it relates to this full moon, this new lunar cycle. So letting go of what no longer serves you. And then joining our voices and energy together with the sound of Om. Take a full breath in and sigh it out through the mouth, and then we'll Om on the next exhale. Inviting in just a touch of gratitude and thanks. Thank you for being here today. Softly flicker the eyes open, maybe look to your right and left, to your neighbors, and just say thank you for being here. All right, so let's stay seated, but switch our seat. Come on up on your knees, grab your 2 blocks, and let's come to Hero's Pose for a little pranayama this morning, alternate nostril breath. So take 1 block and have the short sides come in between your ankles, just like that. So your knees are about hip distance apart. And if you'd like to try and sit back, see if that's accessible for you. If these are saying, no, thank you, take the second block and stack it on top of that other block so that you have a higher seat and it takes some weight off of the knees. And again, the knees do not have to come together. They can if you want. And Alternate nostril breathing is a great way to balance our right and left sides of the brain. So helping us to maybe settle those thoughts, those whirlings. So how we do alternate nostril breathing is just take your left hand and flip it up, let it rest on your thigh, and bring the index finger to just lightly touch the thumb and have your third, fourth, fifth fingers extend. And that hand's just going to rest and be receptive to this breath, this pranayama. And then take your ring finger and your thumb of your right hand. You're going to use those fingers to alternate, closing one nostril at a time. So we always start inhaling through the left and we end with exhaling through the left, completing a full cycle. You use your thumb to close your right nostril. So give it a try. Close your right nostril. Inhale through the left. And now close your left nostril and exhale through the right. Now these two fingers, second and third fingers, you can either have them rest comfortably right in between your eyebrows at your third eye, or you can close them like this. So whichever is more comfortable for you. I like to have it rest in that space and then soften my eyes. So let go of any hold of the nostrils and just take a full breath in through the nose and empty the breath out through the nose. And then we'll begin. Close the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. When you get to the top of the breath, close the left nostril with your ring finger. Open the right and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril. When you get to the top, close the right nostril, open the left, and exhale. Inhale left. Close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale. Inhale through the right. Close the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close the left, open the right, and exhale. Inhale right. Pause at the top as you close the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Pausing at the top and then exhale right. Inhale right. Pause at the top and then exhale left. And now the next round we're going to do at the count of 4. So inhale left, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale right, 2, 3, 4, inhale right, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale left, 2, 3, 4, inhale left, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale right, 2, 3, 4, inhale right, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Try one more round on your own. after you finish that exhale through the left nostril, let the right hand come down to rest on the right thigh, thumb and index finger meeting. And third, fourth, fifth fingers extending, and just be receptive and open to the sensations from doing that. No judgments on if you did it right or wrong, if you think you did it right or wrong, just noticing any effects. Just notice your natural breath right now, the fluidity. And then slowly flicker your eyes open, rocking forward off the blocks. And move the blocks to the top of your mat. On either side of the mat, just to have them close by. Coming to tabletop, hands and knees. Knees under hips and wrist creases facing the front of the room. Spread your fingers. Draw the belly in. So feel the belly engaged by drawing your navel toward your spine. On your next inhale, drop the belly as you tilt your tailbone up with the crown of the head up, finding cow pose. And then on your exhale, rounding the spine, tucking chin to chest, tucking your tailbone under, cat pose. And then moving with our breath, inhaling into cow. And exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhaling into cat. Really make sure you empty the breath all the way out. And then start your inhale. Let the movement follow. Two more rounds, moving at your own pace. Really think mindfully about starting the inhale or exhale. Let the movement follow it. And then find neutral. And we're going to walk our hands out to the top of your mat. So your body's kind of in the middle. Notice I'm reaching my arms. My elbows are straight. My arms are straight. And my arms are wide. My hands are wider than my shoulders. So top corners of the mat. And then slowly start to let the chest drop toward the mat. This is puppy pose. Forehead resting on the mat. Your hips are above your knees. Opening up the shoulders. So really reach those arms out to the top corners of your mat. And instead of sitting back, so reach these hips up. Reach the arms out in front of you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going a little wider, a little wider. And now melt your chest down to the mat. Yes, that's puppy pose. So puppy pose helps to open the shoulders. Narrow back a little bit so your hips stay over your knees. Beautiful. One more breath in. And out, and then inhale your way back up to tabletop. Separate your knees as wide as your mat, and then bring your toes together in the back and start to now push your seat to your heels for a wide-legged child's pose. And again, we're melting our heart down to the floor, to the earth. If your forehead, if it's not comfortable for your head to reach all the way down, you can slide a block under the forehead and help the seat go back toward the heels a little bit. And full breathing here, really feeling it in the belly. Notice how the breath is multidimensional. So as you inhale, maybe noticing the breath going up and down. Maybe noticing it go side to side. And maybe also front to back. And also maybe feeling the breath help relieve any tension in the low back. Another full breath in and out, and then inhale, rocking yourself back up to tabletop. And we'll come into thread the needle, but we're going to flow a little bit first. So again, knees under hips. Feel engagement in the belly. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift the right arm up to the sky, opening the chest. On your exhale, thread it under your left, tap down, and then inhale that right arm back up. And exhale, tap it down, threading it under. One more time, inhale, float it up. And then this time we'll stay. So thread it under that left arm. The hips stay over the knees. And that left hand, your options. Either keep it close in by the face, exploring this opening in the right shoulder, or for a deeper opening in the left side body, you can extend the left arm straight out to the top of the mat. And keeping that left arm active. And just finding either of those options, but exploring this opening for the right shoulder. If you did extend the left arm out long onto the mat, just really breathe into that whole left side body. Try not to sit back. We want our hips over our knees. So similar to puppy pose in that sense. Beautiful. One more full breath in and out. And then if you extended the left hand, bring it back by the face and into that left hand, flip the right arm, opening the chest one more time, and exhale back to tabletop. And let's take a cow and cat in between. So coming into cow pose on your inhale. And exhale, really press the earth away from you. And back to neutral. And now inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it under the right, tapping down. And then we'll inhale, float it back up. And exhale, thread it under, tap the head. And one more time, inhale, opening up. And then threading it under the right, this time staying here, letting the left side of the face drop to the floor. Just taking a breath or two here to settle in, feeling your hips over your knees, and then reaching maybe that right arm forward to the top of the mat. And opening up this right side body as we are stretching this left shoulder. And again, your hips over the knees. So maybe feeling some opening in this right area of your hip, of your ribs. One more full breath in. and out, bringing that right hand in close to the face, pressing into it. Inhale that left arm, reach it up, and then come back to tabletop, and then taking those blocks and bringing them under your hands at the middle height. So here in tabletop, extend your right leg back and then hug that right knee in toward the chest as you step that right foot forward in between the blocks. Lift the blocks to the highest, come up on your fingertips, open the chest, and then maybe deepen the bend in this right knee, drawing this left quadricep toward the earth, the hips toward the earth, feeling a deeper stretch in our psoas muscle and our hip flexors. One more breath in. And then exhale, shifting the hips back, bring the blocks under your shoulders and flip those right toes up. So you're resting on your heel. So just by flexing that foot, everybody feel stretch? So try not to sit back. We want our hip in line with the knee. So to deepen this, come up nice and straight. So really feel the length of your spine here, fingertips on the blocks for support, and then start just hinging forward. Let your heart lead the way toward that right knee. It might only go an inch. So explore it on the exhale again, letting your practice unfold with your breath. Let your breath help you. One more breath in and out, and then inhale, coming back to neutral. Bring the blocks to frame that right foot and tuck your left toes under to lift up to low lunge. Right knee over the ankle, so in line. Right knee in line with right ankle. Keep your left hand on the block as we come into the twist, lifting that right arm up. Really straighten that left leg, strengthening it. Maybe deepen the bend in that right knee just a little bit more, letting the pelvic floor drop toward the earth. One more breath in, really feeling the opening of the right chest, reaching up through the fingertips, and exhale, lower that hand to the block. Step your right leg back. Oh, that feels good. Plank pose. Holding here for one more breath, really firing up our core a little bit. Take an inhale, and then exhale, drop your knees down. Other side, let that left leg come back, straighten it. Draw the left knee into the chest and step that left foot between your blocks. Lift the blocks up to the highest. So you're opening across the chest, not rounding. Start to deepen the bend in that left knee. Breathing here for a few breaths to really feel that the hips and the right quad muscle dropping toward the earth. Chest open, drawing the shoulders back. And now shift your hips, bring the blocks under your shoulders, and flip your left toes up so you're resting on your left heel. There you go. So instead of sitting back, try and flip it, and then have that right hip in line with right knee. And just like the other side, so start up nice and tall. Draw the belly in, maybe lengthen down through the low back. And now with each exhale, leading with the heart to hinge forward a little bit at a time, just breathing into the edge. One more breath in and out, and then inhale to lift back up, rock forward on that left foot. Blocks come forward, forward to frame the left foot and then tuck your right toes under to lift up to low lunge. So finding your low lunge, left knee in line with left ankle, straighten that right leg a lot. Right hand stays on the block as we lift that left arm up, finding our twist, breathing here. Maybe deepen the bend in that left knee, but really straighten the right leg. One more full breath in. And exhale, lowering that left hand down, left leg comes back, finding plank pose. Holding here again. So just exploring the sensations in our core. One more full breath in. And out, and then drop your knees down. Move the blocks to the side. And then tuck your toes under, lift your hips, finding downward dog. If the hamstrings are feeling extra tight, you can put your hands on the blocks at the lowest or middle height. And that does really, really help with tight hamstrings. So just pedaling out your downward dog. So since we're going to be doing a moon salutation instead of a sun salutation, this is your one downward dog in today's practice. So pedaling it out, exploring how it feels, how the shoulders feel. Maybe lift your head up and down, shaking it a little bit, yes, no. And then look between your hands and walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Flip the arms out to the sides. And then bend your knees and lift the upper body to stand. Arms float overhead, hands come to heart center. And we find Tadasana. And then everybody take a step back with your left foot and turn to face the TV wall. And bring the feet together. Well, about hip distance apart for Tadasana. And we'll start with side bend. So inhale, the arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, index fingers pointing straight up. So take a moment here to lengthen down through the low back, soften the shoulders, and then on your inhale, feel a lengthening, and then exhale into the side bend to the left, and 3 breaths. So reaching through the fingertips. And then inhale through center. Exhale into the side bend to the right. And then reach through the index fingers. Nice. Feeling the hips level. And that you're growing out of that left side. Inhale back to center. And then separate your legs. Come into star pose. You want to turn your feet out a little bit. Arms reach up. Spread the fingers. Beautiful stars. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, cactus arms. And inhale, back to star. Exhale, goddess pose. And inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star, one more. Into goddess. And then star pose. Triangle pose. So turning the right toes to the window, to the mirrors. Turn your left toes in a little bit. Lower your arms, shoulder height. Keeping the legs straight. Shift your left hip a little bit. Reach the right fingers to the mirrors, and then bring that right hand down to the inside of the right shin. Reach the left arm straight up. Triangle pose. Inhale. And exhale. Left palm facing this TV so you feel that rotation in the shoulder. Press the right hand into the leg a little bit to help open. One more breath in and out, and then inhale back up to stand. Coming into extended side angle, so arms are shoulder height. Bend your right knee. Drop your left elbow and forearm to that right thigh, and then reach your left arm so it's closer to your ear. So notice how you're extended. You're making a long line, palm facing down. Got this long line of energy from your left foot out through the left arm. And then not too much weight in that right elbow or forearm. Or you can try like Rose is doing, where you reach that right arm to the TV or to a friend, offering them an apple. Inhale, back up, arms extending out from the shoulders, straighten that right leg. And then we're gonna spiral down, pivot that back foot, low lunge, and drop that left knee down, uncurl your toe and float the arms up on Janasana. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. Noticing here, if you're over-efforting, where can you soften? One more breath in, and then exhale, hands down to the mat. Flip those right toes up again, half Hanumanasana. So we did this as a warm-up. Now it's included in the salutation. So you can grab your blocks if you need to, have them under your shoulders. So half split pose. Keep that right foot flexed. Beautiful. Full breath in. Full breath out. Another breath in. And then rock onto the right foot, tuck the left toes under, lifting to low lunge, and then walk your hands to the left. Bring the feet to face the TV, wide-legged forward fold, so turning your toes in toward each other. Maybe lift up halfway just to find a flat back here, and then fold. 5 breaths. You can support under your hands with a block or 2 blocks, or hands to the mat. Maybe the hands come in between the feet, or maybe you reach the arms through the legs, turning the fingertips to the back of the room. So feel equally balanced here. Equal pressure in the feet. One more breath in. And out, and then inhale, lift up halfway. Walk the fingertips to the left as you turn your feet to the windows. Both toes facing the windows, and then bend that left knee, find low lunge. Drop the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Inhale the arms up by the ears on Janasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Picture your hips drawing towards your midline. Softening the shoulders. your shoulders. And half Padmanabhasana. So grab your blocks if you want to, or just fingertips to the mat. Lift your left toes up so you're on your left heel. And coming to your edge, but think about leading with the heart. Beautiful. Keep those left toes flexed. Keeping the breath smooth and even. One more breath in. And out. And then rocking onto the left foot. Tuck your right toes under. Coming up to low lunge. And then drop your right heel down. Spiral that right arm to lift you up. So coming to warrior two, but then coming into extended side angle. So left elbow, left forearm drops to left thigh. And the right arm comes closer to the ear. And again, not putting too much weight in that left elbow, maybe even reaching that left arm towards your TV for a little extra zing. And we have spicy cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. And then really lengthening that right leg. One more full breath in. And then come up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Shift your right hip. Reach the left fingers for the windows. Coming into triangle. Bring this the back of the left hand to the inside of that left calf. And right arm lift straight up. By pressing that left hand into the leg, might help spiral the left side of the chest open. Beautiful. And you could also place that left hand on a block if that's better for you. Equal pressure in. One more breath in and out. And then inhale, lifting up. And then turn your right toes out, finding star pose. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Lower the arms, heel toe the feet in. So your legs are hip distance apart, and we finish with side bends. Inhale the arms overhead. Index finger pointing straight up. Take an inhale to lengthen. And exhale, side bend to the left. 3 breaths. Reaching through those fingertips. Feeling that whole left side, that right side open. And not collapsing the left side. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it over to the right. One more breath in and out, coming to center, releasing the arms, hands come to heart center. And that is for me. Face the front of the room. So our balance today is going to be coming to a 90-degree angle with the knee. And from there, straightening it, rebending it, and then coming into tree pose. So options for tree. Well, one, you can certainly move to the wood if you balance better off the mat. You can move to the wall if you want the support of the wall for your balance. And then options for tree, your tree can be like this with the sole of the foot against the leg and your toe on the mat. It can be against the calf. or it can be to the thigh. Just try and avoid pressing the foot into the knee. So let's start with 90 degrees. So find Tadasana. Rock forward and back a little bit, just to feel your feet grounding into the earth. And then come to stillness and start to put weight in your left foot. Begin to lift that right knee to 90 degrees, flexing the right foot. Options, arms can stay here, or to the hips, or to heart center. And now play with straightening that right leg. Rebend, bringing that right foot to wherever your tree is going to be today. Keep your gaze on something that's not moving. And when you're ready, growing the branches of the tree, of the timing of the song, sometimes to bring some. Come out with your balance. Just go right back in. And finishing up on that side, let's hug that right knee into the chest. Roll your foot around a few times, one direction and then the other. And coming back to Tadasana. Take a full breath in and out to reset. And then we put weight in the right foot. We'll begin by lifting the left knee to 90 degrees. Balancing out your hips, leveling them out. Playing with straightening that left leg or keeping it bent, maybe hands to heart center. And then finding your tree. Tree sway. So embracing any movement in your tree. Come out, come back in. Finishing up, hugging that left knee into the chest. Roll that left foot around one direction and then the other. And let's just find Tadasana. Bring one hand over your heart and one hand to your low belly and close your eyes. And just breathe all that in. Feel the prana, your life force, moving within your body. And just take a moment to picture your favorite tree. It is nice to see some fall colors. We've all seen them, so maybe picture what your favorite fall tree is. One more breath in and out. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. Let's set up for bridge pose. So coming down and grab your block, short side in your hand, and slide it in between your thighs as you come down to your back. Your thighs should be gripping the block, not your knees. And then extend your arms. If your longest finger is not reaching your heels, walk your feet back a little bit toward your sits bones until you can graze the backs of your heels with your longest finger. And then let the arms come away from the body about 20 degrees, palms face down. So just take a moment here to feel the whole back pressing against the mat, softening against the mat. No engagement right now, just soften. Start by pressing into your feet. Press the thighs into your block. On your inhale, lift your hips up. Keep your nose and your gaze facing the ceiling, as with each exhale, maybe you find a little bit more lift in the hips. We want engagement in our glutes here to find the back extension. Beautiful, everyone. And that engagement with the block helps keeps your your knees in alignment with your hips. Trace your breath. One more inhale. Slowly lower on your exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the block right where it is. We're going to do one more bridge. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, and 5 breaths, 5 rounds. Tracing your inhales with your exhales and exploring the sensations that you feel. Again, with your glutes firing up. It helps the low back get the natural extension. Next exhale, you'll slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. And then take your block and slide it under your low back, under that bony part of your low back, the sacrum. We're going to come into a stretch for our psoas muscle. So allow your low back to rest on the block and straighten your legs one at a time to the mat. Let your heels rest on the mat. Make sure the block is in the right position, supporting you. And then we're going to float the arms overhead. Five breaths. Full breath in. Full breath out. Letting go of any grasping. If you need to release the shoulders in any way, you can press into the back of the head and glide the shoulder blades under to help the arms and shoulders fall to the earth a little bit more. Notice if you're still grasping the muscles in the thighs and see if you can soften. One more breath in. And out, walking the feet back in closer to the block, lower the arms and press into the feet to lift up off of the block. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then coming into our revolved abdomen twist, let's roll to our left side. Extend your left arm out and bring your right palm to touch the left palm. Knees form a 90-degree angle with the knees. And then inhale that right arm up and over, opening the chest. Let's close it one more time and open it one more time just to help us settle into the twist. On your inhale, float that right arm up and over. Arms coming to a T. Your gaze and nose can face the ceiling, or You can turn your head to the right, taking the gaze over that right arm and settling into the twist here. Breathe in and out. Twists really help us to let go of what's no longer serving us. So coming back to your intention, inviting in the energy of this full moon and new lunar cycle. This next exhale, sigh it out through the mouth, letting go of the stored toxins that we've just wrung out. And then our next inhale, feel it gather in your belly to lift the knees to center. Take a breath here just to neutralize. Knees still drawn into the chest. And then we rock onto the right side of our body, taking that left arm over, left palm touching right palm. Next inhale, float that left arm up and over to the left. Exhale, bring it back, palms touching. Inhale, that left arm up and over, and either stay here, settling into the twist, or if you want to do that right arm, floating it over and then opening back up if that felt good. Taking your time to settle into the twist. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Let this whole face soften here. Notice the space between your shoulders and your ears. Again, letting go of what no longer serves you. One more full breath in and out. Next inhale and exhale, sigh the exhale out of the mouth. And then feel the breath gather in your belly to lift the knees to center. Hug the knees into your chest a little bit more. Lift the forehead up to your knees. Wrap your arms around your legs, giving yourself a little hug, a little self-love. And then let the head drop down. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Bring the arms and palms down to the floor, a little bit away from your body, about 20 to 30 degrees. Allowing your circulation to just move in the opposite direction here, really feeling it draining down the legs, helping to expand your pelvis, feeling the weight drain down into the hips. Slowly bending the knees, bring the feet to the mat, and then grab your blocks. We're going to butterfly the knees out to the sides, bring the soles of the feet together. And I want you to bring your blocks at either the middle height or the lowest or the highest if you need it to support under the knees so that it's a supported Baddha versus coming into a full expression. And this way you're allowing your inner groin muscles to soften. And hands can rest on the belly or out to the side. allowing the back to soften. When we use the blocks to support us here, then you can let go of any grasping or effort to hold yourself up. And then slowly begin to straighten the legs into corpse pose, Shavasana. Take up as much space as what feels right for you. Arms moving away from the body a little bit, flipping the palms up to allow your shoulders. And if keeping the knees bent and doing constructive rest feels better for your low back, by all means, take that pose for your rest. If you need a deeper breath in through the nose, sighing it out through the mouth to help you move into rest. Take what you need, make any last movements. Slowly scanning the body. Moving from your feet, your toes, your feet, your ankles, up the legs, the hips, the belly, the ribs, the heart space, the shoulders, the arms, hands, fingers. The space between the ears. Softening the face, the brow. Inviting every cell and molecule to soften. Feeling the support of the earth hold you. You can soften into stillness. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Lao Tzu. Start to deepen your breath as you invite in small movements. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe float the arms overhead, taking a long stretch and then hugging the knees into the chest. Rocking onto your right side, extend that right arm as a pillow to support your head. Take a couple of breaths, deep breaths there, just to allow the energy to flow down from your heart through your body to help reawaken you. And then when you're ready, slowly coming up to a seat, maybe letting the corners of your mouth slightly lift up, inviting in a soft smile to the face, bringing the hands to your heart center, a soft bow of the head towards your heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for being here. Recall your intention. Coming together once again as this beautiful community with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale, sigh it out through the mouth, and then we'll Om on the next exhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, Adrian and Olivia, for joining us. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Stay there. All right, buddy.
And back to regular schedule. So I'll be here tomorrow, 10 o'clock for intermediate yoga, and Wednesday, 1:30 for yoga and meditation. Let me know. I know. Keep me posted. I can't remember when you said she was pregnant and her due date, and I said my birthday next Monday. November 4th. So good day.
Good day, absolutely. Wow. Well, see you. I know. Let me hold on.